Chapter 2. Plan. Marcus kicked his feet up on the coffee table with a sigh. Sunday always seemed to take forever to roll around, but once it did, he'd routinely take in his favorite TV show, Ultimate Cake Off, a reality series where pastry chefs designed cakes with various themes to compete for a prize. While watching Margot San Pedro, his favorite to win, struggle to make a giant fondant turkey, a light bulb in his head went off. Glancing down at his hands, he thought about all the delicious meals he made nearly every day. He was the chief cook in the relationship, and it didn't really bother him. In fact, you could say he loved it. If he wasn't in the kitchen, he was watching shows about chefs and cooking or sharing his meals with others. Memories of his late mother fell into place like puzzle pieces, the two of them spending time in the kitchen, baking cookies and other pastries, his mother patiently passing down her recipes to him while he helped her cook the family lunch, and going grocery shopping with his mother on the weekends. He realized that cooking was something he was naturally good at, a talent nurtured by his mother. Some of the first things Debra had told him when they first met rang out in his ears again as if he were reliving the moment. She had been repeating the sentiment for years, but he had never taken her seriously.
Open a restaurant. Become a chef. Sell your cooking.
Debra's goading had stayed with him subconsciously, and now, sitting on his couch watching pastry chefs do their thing, he finally saw it as a viable option. The idea was dynamite, but before he rushed to tell Natalie, he thought it would be smarter to run it by Debra first, despite already guessing what she was going to say. But he needed to be sure. Natalie had the practice of being harshly critical, and he couldn't count how many times she'd undermined him or made him look foolish in public after getting her degree. That alone made him consider any idea he had several times before he told her. Marcus got to work early, sat in the break room, and waited anxiously for Debra to arrive. She was his longest-running workmate and most trusted friend, so he knew better than anyone else what time she got into work. Usually she was the first to arrive, but he had gone the extra mile to show up before she did. As soon as he caught sight of her waist-length black hair and saucy curves sashaying through the door, he sprang up from his seat. She gave him a terrified look as he stalked over and pulled her aside. He was hyper with eagerness, knowing he could get an honest and respectful answer from her.
Deb.
He sounded like a giddy child.
I had an idea yesterday, and I think it's a good one. I mean, this could change my life completely. Well, if it all goes like planned. There are a lot of obstacles, though.
Debra jumped in at that point.
Well, go on, spill it. You already got me all excited, you know.
Okay. Well, I want to open my own bakery that specializes in cakes. Before you say anything, I know it sounds crazy, but I realize I always had a love for cooking, and I think this might be the job for me.
What are you talking about? I don't think it sounds crazy at all. I've literally been telling you to do this years now. Anyway, I'm just glad you're finally ready to go ahead with the idea. Believe me, you're a good cook.
She paused.
Maybe if you weren't so good, I wouldn't be in such bad shape now, huh?
They both had a chuckle before she cut in with the dreaded question.
Have you told your wife yet?
Marcus cringed.
No, I didn't, and how many times am I going to say she's not my wife before you remember?
Oh, right. Sorry. Well, you should still tell her. What's the holdup?
You know how she is. I felt it would be better to run it past you first and see how you react. Then I would decide whether to tell her.
Okay.
She hummed, giving a thoughtful tap on her chin.
That's smart. Before you tell her, you should do more research on the subject, like, what skills you might need to learn, who's the competition, and all that good stuff. That way, when you talk to her, you can be more convincing.
You serious? How am I supposed to get all that information?
Just search the internet, Marky.
She teased.
Girl, you know I ain't too computer savvy.
That's fine. I'll help you out. I'll do the research and get back to you. Sound good?
He nodded, and she turned away, laughing.
But I have to say, it's crazy that you don't know how to use the internet in this day and age. You're like a grandpa. One day, we really need to sit you down and get on top of that.
I guess I should, eh?
He chuckled, going over to the coffee machine to brew his second cup of the morning.
I mean, I never saw the need. I don't like texting, period, so Facebook and all them others just seem like a waste of time. Oh, but Natalie loves it, though. She'd be up all hours of the night just chatting away with her friends and family. I don't get that, really. I prefer a face-to-face conversation.
He knew Debra would get what he meant. Even though she teased him about it, she understood that he wasn't just some stubborn guy or grumpy hermit. He just preferred to live his life differently, more personally. As he made his coffee at his usual unhurried pace and watched as she took out her breakfast, he smiled to himself. Somehow, it felt as if they were embarking on a wild adventure. Or maybe using the internet was making it seem a lot grander than it actually was.